Going to get started a few minutes early as Noah Emery is doing the pitching for Sheboygan. It's the A's and Kenosha Kings. We'll be talking about the playoff format here in the Wisconsin State League. The A's have a higher seed than Kenosha. They get to host them here today, with the winner moving on to Burlington, playing in Burlington tomorrow night. It's a step-ladder tournament here in the Wisconsin State League, all moving towards the Class A state tournament in Appleton from August 6th and 7th. Let's go over the lineup for Kenosha as Emery gets ready for the first pitch against Danny Hahn. First pitch comes in, and it's in there for strike one. Danny Hahn will be leading off for Kenosha. Drew Knet batting second. Riley Hughes third. Tony Newman is the cleanup man. Tony and Tyler Newman. Yes, Tyler is batting right below Tony. And then we got Ben Rossi batting sixth. He is number 6 and plays in the 6th position, which is shortstop. Tony Ortiz in the 7 holes, a DH. Brandon Jeffrey at 8. And then Mickey Shore bats in the 9 hole for Kenosha. The count is now 2-1 here to Danny Hahn. Defensively for Sheboygan, Caleb Lorbecki will be doing the catching with Harry Steldover at first, Ross Christ at second. Cooper Gussie will be playing third base as the count goes to 2-2. Riley Palmquist at short, and then Gus Walker in left, Jonathan Kim in center, and Jacoby Andreas over in right field. Emery with a 2-2 count here on Danny Hahn.
Emery making his 11th appearance and 6th start of the season, and starts it off with a called strike 3, Jordan.
We should note this is a 7-inning game. Only 7 innings here tonight between these two teams, as all of the State League playoff is this week. Here, moving on. Are the games next week, CJ? Are those 7 innings as well in Appleton, or are those 9? 7-inning games, double elimination, so Legion tournament style, if you joined our broadcast for then.
I pulled out the 3 box scores from earlier in the season, and Sheboygan won all 3. They swept a doubleheader on June 19th. The big thing about the 3 games, Jordan, Kenosha only scored 5 runs.
5 combined in those 3 games. They're coming in losing 20-plus straight State League games. They have 2 wins. Those are over Addison, but a 2-27 record. It's been a hard year for Kenosha all season long as they try to prevent themselves from going one and done in the playoffs.
We looked this up probably a week or 2 ago about strikeouts in a season for the Sheboygan A's pitching staff, and the record was in 2021, they had 510 strikeouts. With that first strikeout tonight, the A's pitching staff has 505. So real great opportunity to set a new record tonight.
It could be set tonight, but at the end of the day, as long as the A's win, it should be set tomorrow, to say the very least. I mean, this is going to be a game tonight here against Kenosha that the A's should win, but you never want to get too confident because that's when things go haywire. As rung them up again, delayed strike 3 call, back-to-back Kenosha Kings go down looking.
Our umpires tonight, John Coons behind home plate and Paul Grauman on the bases. Game time weather report, 72 degrees at game time. The skies are cloudy and really no breeze to speak of right now.
Struck out 506 for the club now this season. They are 5 shy as Emery is dealing so far and gets strike 1 called to Riley Hughes. Sheboygan finished 17-13 in State League play, 4 games over 500. Real good to see. And they were coming off another win over Addison this past weekend while the A's were up to play Chicago Clout. Only 1 game against the Clout. They won that 9-4. They then played Addison the next day. You're already in Illinois. Why not? So that was that rain-up game. Remember, we played 3 games here. It was technically a 2.5 on a doubleheader weekend as the count goes 1-2. And the A's beat Addison 12-2. And that was their most recent victory. That was the weekend a few days after the Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball Invitational, which the A's ended up winning that as well, going 2-1. Both the A's and the Menasha Max went 2-1 in that tournament, but the A's ended up beating Menasha, so therefore with Menasha's win over Appleton on Thursday and the A's win over Green Bay, it made the A's the champs for the Invitational. Back-to-back years they've won it as the count is 1-2 to Hughes and left it outside.
Emory came into tonight's game with a 4.97 ERA, a little bit high, working to get that down. He does have 36 strikeouts now and 38 and 2/3 innings.
In the Chicago Club game, it was Bryce Lavisa who was the winning pitcher, and then Brad Reinflesch against Addison gave up just 4 hits, and he surpassed 100 strikeouts on the year, did Reinflesch. That's a big
106 now.
Unreal. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and just got a piece of it on a check swing. Harry Stelt keeps it fair, and an unassisted putout ends a 3-up, 3-down top half of the first. A's lineup and more coming up in the bottom half.
Authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Should let you all know about the Snipe Golf Outing. The 21st annual Sheboygan Athletic Golf Club outing and fundraiser takes place on August 21st. That is a Sunday. It'll be at Town and Country, and it's going to be a scramble format open to men, women, and mixed couples. There's going to be prizes, lunch, vouchers redeemable for beverages at the 19th hole, dinner, awards, a variety of games and contests, raffle prizes, auction items, and the A's final 10th inning of the year. So that is going to be very, very big time. You can sign up online at sheboyganbaseball.org, and it's going to be just real great coming up on the 21st. I know you're going to be a part of that, Marty.
We got a team in there, the 68ers. We'll have a good time. It's we've had I've been involved with the golf part of it for the last 4 or 5 years, and it's always a great time. A's do a outstanding job of running that golf event.
August 21st as the first pitch comes to Walker. Breaking pitch by Dante Whitbeck stays high. Let's go over the A's lineup. Gus Walker, Ross Christ, and Harry Stelt is your 1, 2, 3. Middle part of the order is going to see Jonathan Kim, Jacoby Andreas, and Jimmy Jurgensen, as this one is poked through for a base hit. Potential extra base scenario as Walker's heading to second. The throw cut off, and that is a leadoff double for Gus Walker.
Walker read double right. As soon as that ball left the bat, he was reading double. He was hustling, made a great turn at first base, and like you called, he wound up making it standing up.
Good strong throw from Danny Hahn. Could have made it competitive, but a leadoff double brings up Ross Christ. The rest of the order for Sheboygan, after Andreas, is Jimmy Jurgensen, who's the DH, batting 6. Riley Palmquist will be batting 7th with Caleb Blarbecki at 8. And Cooper Gussie in the 9 hole as ball 1 comes in to Ross Christ.
Chris steps in, hitting .349. Walker was hitting .398. I think his average is right at or a little above 400 now. That double.
Sheboygan comes into this game having won 7 of their last 8. Only loss was to Appleton. That was a 9-6 loss to begin the Newble Invitational. Thankfully, they were able to rebound and win the next 2. The A's this year have clinched to the Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League. They've won their Invitational. They have won the Wisconsin Amateur Baseball Classic. They won the Play Ball Tournament. It's been a real great year for this franchise. Set the team record in wins as well consecutively. As a 3-1 pitch, that'll walk Ross Christ.
Paying attention.
Harry Stout comes to the plate. No one out against Dante Whitbeck. Runners on first and second. First pitch to Stout, misses out.
Great RBI opportunity for Harry. He has 40 RBIs on the season. Ross Chris leads the ball club with 46.
Chris drew himself a walk just to get on base. Need base runners to score him, as undercutting this one is Harry. And the play is dropped out in right field. Everyone going to move. Tim Moyer putting up the stop sign at third base for Gus Walker, but an errant play over in Kenosha's right field territory between second baseman Riley Hughes and Brandon Jeffrey out and right. Let's go over the defense real quick. Well, we mentioned a few names for Kenosha. Mickey Shore will be doing the catching for Whitbeck, the pitcher. Tyler Newman is at first. Riley Hughes at second. Drew Connett over at third. Playing shortstop is Ben Rossi. In the outfield left to right is Tony Newman, Danny Hahn, and Brandon Jeffrey. Fans still filing into Wildwood Park as the bases are loaded with no one out for Jonathan Kim. It is a big situation here in the first inning as he hits this one up towards left field. If it doesn't drop, it's good enough for a sacrifice, and it is caught out there in left. Being sent home is Walker, and it's a 1-0 A's lead.
That was a real fine catch by Tony Newman out in left. With that catch, Kenosha could escape with only one run scoring by Sheboygan.
I was a little surprised to see Ross Christ hold up at second, but with the play being out in left field, seemed to be the only reason he stayed put.
Well, what he did is he was reading if it was going to drop in for a hit, he was going to score. But I don't think he could have scored if he'd have stayed on second and tagged up. So he was about halfway between second and third when he saw it was caught and retreated back. He did not have a chance, so then advanced to third. I think that was the thinking of Ross.
Undercut it to fall behind 0-2 is Jacoby Andreas.
You could play it where, Jordan, you tag up, and if he misses it, hopefully you could score. You know, if he does catch it, of course, then you can easily tag up and move to third. But
I like
he
the
did
thought
it the way
process.
he did it, and let's just get another hit.
Inside, even this 1 ball and 2 strikes now, I should say. Whitbeck with a good 0-2 pitch. Andreas doesn't bite.
Andreas having a nice year, productive, 15 extra base hits, 4 of them homers.
Dancing around at second base, no throw made as he fouls this one off. Off the netting it goes. Sheboygan trying to do some damage early. They already lead by 1, just 1 out, with Christ on second and Stelt on first. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball hit up towards left field. That one going back and got a chance to catch it at the warning track and just making a leaping play. And now both runners this time going to take up for Sheboygan as Christ and Stelt both take a base. So now on second and third.
Big situation for Jimmy if he can come through with a base hit. Put Sheboygan up 3.
Tony Newman, a busy man out in left field. That ball had some real height to it as Ross Chris now on third base. Here we go, first pitch. Inside. Base hit, scores 1 for sure, potentially 2, depends where it is with the speed of Harry Steld at second. Breaking pitch, finds the zone, evens it up.
Jimmy's been surging the last couple of games. He was not hitting very well, but he's got his average up there in the 280s now.
Takes a crack at this one, follows it back off, out of play it goes. A's down to their final strike of the inning, looking for more than just one run. Seemed like a real good opportunity. Bases loaded, no one out. Big time pitch coming from Whitbeck. Hit this one down, and it's going to drop. Harry Stelp being waved around third base, and is a 2 RBI single to put the A's on top 3-0 here in 1 inning of play.
Did I mention that Jimmy's been surging the last number of games?
You can say that again.
That was a clutch base hit. Good piece of hitting. Good piece of base running by Harry. Off the crack of the bat, he was off and running.
That's what you got to do with 2 outs. You're running on any contact. He was able to go from second to home, as now Jonathan Kim and Jimmy Jurgensen both have RBIs on the day, as it's 3-0 A's to start here. And if you are just joining us, it is a 7-inning game. So this is a big-time lead early, as a big swing and a miss goes to Riley Palmquist. Whitbeck to try and get out of it. Leaves it down low. Holding up at first is Jurgensen. Good stop by Mickey Shore.
Kenosha having a terrible season, Jordan, but you know, you got to give them credit. They're showing up all the time. And it's tough when you're having the kind of year they are.
There's a base hit down the left field line for Riley Palmquist, as everything seems to be going Sheboygan's way.
Do we have the new walk-up song for Lord Becky?
No new walk-up song.
Caleb stopped up in the press box before game time and asked CJ to change his walk-up song. And pretty late notice, we'll have it for the 13th and 14th. Oh, no.
I think he said there was no swearing in it. Yeah, we do gotta clear it first.
When you take their word for it, that's when you get in trouble.
Yeah. Play this song. Don't listen to it. It'll be fine.
It's a family operation.
He just called himself a professional, by the way. Big swing at this one. 2 balls and a strike. I was looking at Kenosha. They're 4-5 in the Land O'Lakes, so that's certainly a lot better than they're doing here in the State League. Just 1 game shy of 500. Burlington also has a 4-5 record in that borderline division. A little more success over there for Kenosha. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The big thing that stands out about Kenosha is their 18-11 loss to Burlington on July 12th. I mean, if you're scoring 11 runs and not winning a game, something went wrong. 18-11 in a game that had 30-some hits. Fastball got him looking. First K of the day for Whitbeck will end the first inning. Sheboygan 3, Kenosha 0 as we head to the second.
Order ahead in the Meyer app.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan. What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family-owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community, and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Getting ready here for the top half of the second inning as Sheboygan looks to keep intact their lead, and Noah Emery, who had a 3-up, 3-down top half of the first. He's going to try and replicate that against Tony Newman, Tyler Newman, and Ben Rossi.
I went through the 3 box scores that I have and went with the starters that are starting tonight for Kenosha, and they do not have many hits. Most of the batting averages are 200 or below. One of their players is 0 for 10. There's another one, 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts. They've really struggled, and they faced some pretty tough A's pitching in the 3 previous games. Reclitis went a 6-inning no-hitter perfect game, I think. Not quite. But the other, Eric Schmitz, they had faced him, and they also had to face Schmitty a second time. So they faced some of Sheboygan's best pitching, and that's why they lost 3 games to him.
You got to look at the guys like Emery and Coons who are really stepping up in the absence of Eric Schmitz, who is done for the year.
Yeah.
This hit towards center field, and Jonathan Kim able to make the catch.
Yeah, Reclitis was a no-hitter, no-hit shutout, but not a perfect game.
Looking at the State League standings in a whole, Lombard topped it at 22-3. However, they are not included in the State League tournament format because they're ineligible as they're an Illinois team. They do play in the Chicago Suburban League, as does Addison. Addison finished below Sheboygan, actually. We'll get to them here soon as the count goes 0-2. But West Allis, they surged. They're 20-8, so they get to play on Thursday as the number 1 seed in this tournament. However, they already clinched due to winning the last year, so they already have their ticket punched to August 6th and 7th. Burlington finished 16-9, and Sheboygan was right beneath them, 17-13. Sheboygan had that 1 extra win, but 4 more losses. Going to hurt you in the grand scheme of things. Addison below Sheboygan at 11-16. Remember when both of those teams were 500 coming into the weekend. Addison with a rough finish to the year. They'd end up playing Lombard after Sheboygan. Green Bay 9-21, and then Kenosha at 2-27 rounds off the State League standings. Emery's full count pitch to Tyler Newman. Swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout of the day puts the club at 507, approaching the 510 mark.
What did we say? They need 7 to break the record?
They need 4 more. Strike 1 comes in here to Ben Rossi. I did find it a bit ironic that a Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League team is hosting the Wisconsin State League tournament.
We did last year, so it didn't,
The Class A state tournament, I should say.
Yeah, we did. Sheboygan did last year, so I don't find that unusual.
No balls and 2 strikes, and just missing to Rossi on the outside. Emery deals and got him, rung him up. Strikeout 508. 4 Ks on the day, 3 of which are looking as it's another 3-up, 3-down inning to send us to the bottom half.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, Tea Time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Bottom half of inning number 2 is it's going to be Cooper Gussie, Gus Walker, and Ross Christ. Batting Cooper Gussie was the only A's hitter not to go to the plate in the bottom half of the first. 8 Sheboygan A's had plate appearances. Quick pace from Whitbeck as he doesn't wait for the music to finish and gets strike 1. Sheboygan A's now 3 strikeouts away from setting the club record for all-time Ks in a season, which they just set last year. They got a chance to surpass it here tonight.
If you think about in terms of strikeouts and the trend that, we broke the record last year, and we're going to, in all likelihood, break it again this year. That's been the trend in baseball throughout, whether it's high school, college, especially in pro baseball. Strikeouts are way up, and I don't think it's a good thing.
Strikeouts up, home runs down.
Even home runs in terms of like this level of baseball with the Sheboygan A's has been up over the last few years. The one thing that's held it back a little bit has been the fact that they've gone from metal bats to wood bats.
That is a big change. What is that reason then that strikeouts are down? Is it better pitching or is it hitters getting in their own head?
Hitters going for the long ball, not adjusting their swing when they have 2 strikes. Infield hit for Walker, but it's hard to narrow down one reason.
Exactly.
It's a combination of things. If you're looking at it from a pro baseball standpoint, is a 300 singles hitter going to make more than a 220 hitter that's hitting 30 homers a year?
Exactly.
So it's a money thing for them.
Check down to first after Gus Walker is able to get on. He is now doubled and single. He's 2 for 2 today.
Throw one more thing out there in regards to that. Analytics has shown that you're better off with a 220 hitter hitting 30, 35 homers than you are with that hitting 300 with with hardly any homers. I don't like it, but they say it's better.
Hey,
that
that's
way.
the analytics nowadays. They're taking over.
Right.
No balls and a strike here to Ross Christ as Walker was heading to second. Christ fouled it off.
Walker has 15 stolen bases this year. He's 2 behind
Kim,
Jonathan
probably.
Kim, yeah.
Which is crazy because Kim started a lot later than a lot of these guys. Chris goes down. Second strikeout of the day for Whitbeck. Harry Stelt reached on that odd error back in the first inning where it was up to the second baseman and right fielder to make what seemed like a routine catch. Neither of them came out with it, and then that continued. The rally for the A's is now going and then stopping is Gus Walker. No balls and a strike. Now this time going for sure. The throw, it's a good one, and they got him, gunned him out the end of inning as Gus Walker is caught stealing through 2 complete. The A's maintain their 3-0 lead.
Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Finishing our game of musical chairs out on the field. See if Hudson can pull it out. Oh, a little cheating going on. And, oh, pushing him out. I don't know about that one.
Doesn't look right to me.
Winning dirty in musical chairs.
Dad did all he could do.
Ortiz, the DH in the 7-hole, going to lead off for Kenosha after a 6 up, 6 down, 2 innings, 4 of the 6 outs via the strikeout. 1 ground out, 1 fly ball. First pitch of the inning for Emery, just a bit high.
In the previous 3 games, Tony Ortiz only appeared in one of them. He was a DH in that game also.
Basically same spot, strike comes in, good location from Emery as he looks to keep up this momentum. The A's will be back in action at home here at Wildwood Park, non-league games against the Chicago Clout the weekend of the 13th and the 14th. 5 o'clock start on the 13th and noon on the 14th. Switching it up a little bit, an hour early for our last Meyer Family Day of the year.
I heard a rumor that this is your last Sheboygan A's game this season.
This is
going
to be the last one. I'll be in St. Louis that weekend of the Clout series, so it all comes down to this. What a year. And just missed again. 3 real close pitches not going Emery's way.
You picked a good one. Matt, last year didn't have such a great season. I don't mean personally. I just mean following the A's team. They were finished 32 and 31, or it was very close, but they were very inconsistent. You got a good team this year to follow.
I mean, if we're looking at it, it might be something to do with me, because when I did PA for the Bandits, they won the Shoreland League 3 years in a row. I come over to the A's. They set a franchise record for most
wins. Put that on your
wins.
resume.
I'm good luck. That's what I think it is.
And I'd phrase it that way, too.
Just saying. It's just a thought. First pitch bunting. Way down the first base line it goes. Harry just going to get the out at first as Ortiz moves over to second. Mickey Shore, the 9-hitter, due up next as Kenosha prevented the double play from happening. Tony Ortiz, their first base runner of the game.
Mikey in the 3 games was 1 for 8. And he did not bat in the 9-hole. This is the first time he's batted in the 9-hole.
Catcher in the 9-hole. We know Tim Moyer likes to put his catcher at the 8. That's where they've been all year long for Sheboygan. First pitch strike comes in for Emery. Next pitch coming to Shore. 0-2. Kenosha with their first base runner, Antonio Ortiz. However, they don't have a hit yet in the game. The bunt by Jeffrey moved Ortiz from first to second and left it way up. Shore not biting. For Sheboygan, what they need to do is get a win over Kenosha tonight and get a win over Burlington on Wednesday, and that guarantees them a spot in the Class A state tournament. No matter what happens in that Thursday game against West Allis, both teams will be making it to August 6th and 7th. Four-team double elimination format in the Class A state tournament from the USA Sports Complex as the count goes full to shore. Big time pitch from Emery trying to prevent a second walk in the inning. Can't do so. Shore gets on to put runners on first and second. Top of the lineup we go as Danny Hahn struck out looking, and Lorbecki going to have a bit of a talk with Emery. He went 6 up, 6 down in the first 2 innings and now struggling with his control.
In the 40 and a third innings, Noah has walked 21 batters. That's not a very good ratio.
Reclitis pitching tomorrow, we said. Reclitis pitching Wednesday against Burlington if the A's make it there, and then Thursday would be Blake Coons against West Allis. All obviously if the A's are able to win and keep moving on.
CJ was telling us that Blake will not be at the state tournament, therefore they're going to give him one more start and make it that Thursday game before he leaves. It's kind of like you tonight.
Yeah, basically. Give me one last start. Lorbecki lost it. He still doesn't know where the ball is, and now going to go over to third as Lorbecki has lost sight of the ball, and both runners advance. The problem is Danny Hahn was staying right in the way, and Lorbecki didn't even think to look there.
I think it was right on the white line with the white ball, and you mentioned Lorbecki, or the batter being in the way, and so it's like 1 foot away from the catcher, and both runners can advance on that wild pitch.
One ball, 1 strike. Here's our count. As the next pitch, swing and miss, count goes to 1-2. I'm telling you, because his walk-up song isn't changed, it's just not Lorbecki's night to start. Left down way up. Still just 1 out in the inning as Kenosha has runners on second and third. Not a spot the A's envision themselves in how the inning started.
Noah could really help himself with a strikeout here.
Breaking pitch stayed up. Count goes full for the 3rd time this inning. Pitch count way on the rise. Danny Hahn 0 for 1 tonight. Full count pitch. Popped it way up. And that's going to be towards Jonathan Kim. See if you get the green light over at third base as Ortiz. He does. He's going to be sent a cannon of a throw way off the mark. And it'll be 3-1 as coming in safely is Ortiz.
He's got the arm. That could be a little more accurate.
Jonathan Kim out in center field for the A's, the University of Michigan commit, where he'll be heading pretty soon. Good news is the A's got that second out. They just need 1 more. They still have a 2-run lead.
I think Shore on second base could have went to third as soon as he saw where that throw was.
I was very surprised he didn't. Drew Kennett also a strikeout victim back in the 1st inning. Emery started the game, back-to-back strikeouts looking, gives up 2 walks this inning as this is going to get through the, oh, it's actually stopped, thankfully stays, but both runners going to be now on first and second as Connect gets himself a single.
I also want to mention Noah Emery. I know I've been critical of him in past games that he doesn't get to where he belongs in terms of backing up, and on that sacrifice fly he was back where he belonged. The throw is just so off that it wasn't his fault. And Lorbecky made a great catch, to keep the other runner from advancing.
It's also that wild
Emery was where he belonged, was my point.
Also the wild pitch that Lorbecky couldn't find. That's on Emery as well. To talk to him, communicate, go down and get the ball himself, whatever he's got to do. Maybe he didn't see it either. Who knows?
That's what I was thinking, actually.
1 ball, no strikes here in the top half of the third. 2 outs in the inning for Sheboygan. Runners on first and second as Lorbecky ate that one.
Yeah, Caleb took that one.
Quick check from the home plate umpire. He's going to be good to go. Totally different inning for Kenosha compared to what Emery dealt with in the first and second. This is the 6th batter faced in the inning, multiple with full counts. One and one is our count. Good spot, didn't bite. Hughes gets ahead, 2 balls, 1 strike. You got your force at first, second, or third. You really don't want to give Kenosha the bases loaded because a base hit could tie the game. 3-1. Something off this inning compared to the first 2 for Noah.
Yeah, he's been struggling, that's for sure.
He looked real good to start this game. 3-1 pitch. Fastball down the middle, out towards right field it goes, and that one is going to drop for extra bases. Waving run around to score, and a second being waved around as well. And this is a 3-3 ball game off a 2 RBI double from Riley Hughes.
Drew Connett really, I don't know if you got a chance to watch him, but he was just streaking around the base. It was really fun to watch him run, even though it was against our guys. And a nice hit by Hughes. You got to give him credit.
It's the same thing with Harry Stilt. You know you're running on contact and you got some speed to your credit. By the time that ball dropped, he was halfway to third base. As it is 3-3, and Wildwood Park is silent. They are stunned at what they're seeing. First pitch to Tony Newman. 0-1 the count as Emery comes set. Make it 0 for 2. Emery 1 strike away from getting himself out of it. The A's bats gonna have to come alive once again. They scored 3 in the first inning, and then it was basically a 1-2-3. Bottom half of the second is when Harry Stout came to the plate. Gus Walker was caught stealing as this one's poked foul. Before we even speculate anymore about a Burlington game Wednesday and West Dallas Thursday,
take care of business tonight.
You got to get past Kenosha. They are hungry, coming off 20-plus straight state league losses. Those are the teams that are the most dangerous because they have absolutely nothing to lose. No balls, 2 strikes, and left it up. Newman flew out in his first at-bat. Here he is with a 1-2 count. Emery just needs one pitch. 2-2. Throw back to second. You could tell with the lead that Riley Palmquist was getting that they were going to test him. Pats the head of Riley Hughes, and here we go. Rung him up. Strikeout looking as Tony Newman goes down. The A's are now 2 away from setting the franchise record, but this game is tied 3-3 as we head to the bottom half of the third.
Not usually. I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
every single time I.
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have.
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
Please be quiet.
listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
3-3 game here in the bottom half of the third, and the A's with a good one to start. As Harry Stilt comes to the plate, A's fans join us Wednesday, August 31st. Hold that thought for 1 second as this goes just out of play. Wednesday, August 31st, we're going to a Brewer game. That's a 1:10 game. The Brewers will be playing Wednesday, August 31st for $75. You can get motor coach transportation, a tailgate party, and your ticket to the game, or you can pay $50, supply your own transportation, still get that ticket and all the good stuff to go along with it. And that is going to be Wednesday, August 31st. Come on down to the concession stand.
Why are we going to that game?
Talk to Pam.
what's
Denny Moyer is going to be throwing out the first pitch. I was getting there. It was the big tease at the end, the big grand finale. Denny Moyer throwing out the first pitch at the Brewer game. Going to be big time.
He's been practicing.
Oh, he has. Get that arm loose. You only get one shot. You only get one first pitch.
Unless it's an A's game, then we give you a second chance if you don't get it there.
Wrong up, Harry Stelt. Stelt didn't like it as he goes down to bring up Jonathan Kim. Whitbeck with 3 Ks in the game as Kim comes to the plate following his sacrifice fly in the first.
I don't think I'll be stepping on any toes by saying this, but Jonathan Kim is the Northwoods cleanup hitter.
Yes.
Since both you and Bill missed it.
Good call, actually. It's been a while since we've done an A's game. Kim takes ball
We
one.
did a ton of games this past week, or last week, I should say.
I was going to say, at home, you can still see the SL behind the plate.
Right.
And
from the state tournament.
And we can make that in the state league, like the Wisconsin State League, so it works. As Kim gets himself a base hit.
Kim hit a sacrifice fly in the first to score a run, and now he has a single in the third.
Andreas 0 for 1 tonight. He's going to try and move Kim over, see if Kim steals himself a base. I would expect him to run eventually, whether it's in this at-bat or not. First pitch hammered out towards center field, gave it a good ride, moving back on it. Kim going all the way around. He's going to round himself third base, and we're going to see if Kim can come into score. Yes, indeed he does. No cutoff throw made. Kim goes 3 bases on an RBI double from Andreas.
Good read by Jonathan. He saw it wasn't going to be caught, and he was running like the wind right away and scored easily.
Wildwood Park finally has something to come alive for. Jurgensen with a big 2 RBI shot. Put the A's on top 3-0. It expanded their once 1-0 lead. Kenosha tied it up 3-3, but the A's are able to answer early on. 4 runs on 6 hits. His first pitch is in there for a strike.
Andreas has good speed also. Anything hit to the outfield, a good chance that Jacoby could score.
This one opposite a hit to the outfield. A little grounder goes past the first baseline. Riley Palmquist on deck next for Sheboygan.
Kenny Nazy coaching over at first. Tim Moyer over at third.
No balls, 2 strikes, left it way up. We've got our Miesfeld's trivia coming up in the top 4th.
Yeah, top
Not
of the
Miesfeld's
4th.
anymore, though.
No, that's
right.
That's
the big Legion.
Oops. That's all right. They sponsor these too.
I know, that's why I did it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hit this one out into right, and that one's going to drop. Being waved around third base to come in to score and make it 5-3. Sheboygan off a 3 RBI night so far for Jimmy.
Good piece of hitting again by Jimmy. Nice to see him pull the ball. Those two balls that he's hit tonight out to right field.
Palmquist comes to the plate with one of the 7 hits for Sheboygan. Hits this one up towards left field as it carries back. Is it going to stay fair is the question. Going to make a last-second grab, and Jimmy's got to go all the way back to first. He was hustling, and he gets in safely as that's the 2nd out of the inning.
It seemed like Tony Newman didn't see it. He didn't seem to judge it very well. He was moving towards the line, and all of a sudden he started to sprint, and he caught up to the ball and caught it instead of getting over there right away. But
can't blame the sun.
Can't blame the sun. The final result is he did make the catch and kept Jurgensen at first base.
Caleb Lorbecki, first pitch coming to him. Breaking ball, stayed up. It would be your fault. This one down the third base line stays fair. The throw going to go to first. And 5-3 putout ends our 3rd inning. Not before the A's score 2 more. And they once again hold the lead. It's 5-3 going into the 4th.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
All right, let's get the trivia right away, Jordan. You've been helping the fans out. You've been giving the answers the whole game.
That's not my fault.
No. I'm not complaining. I think it was a good thing. I really
Sees
do.
if they're paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. Were they paying attention in class? So here's your question, fans and the people up in the booth. Those guys down there, we know they weren't paying attention. But anyway.
Well, we know they're going to know
name
it.
2 of the major accomplishments this year's A's team has achieved so far. There's 4 to choose from. You only got to name 2. Okay, Bill? Okay. All right. Okay.
I would say there's technically 5.
Well, we're going to...
Yeah.
Okay. Guys up in the booth knew the answers. They're good to go. We'll give you the answer after this batter.
Since there's 5, it gives them a little more leeway, a little more room to choose from. First pitch, that is a good point, Bill. Hopefully,
I took it from his email blast that he sent out.
I see.
That's where I came up with 4.
Strike 2 comes in. No balls, 2 strikes to Newman. A strikeout will tie the franchise record at 5-10. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Emery's pitch. Oh, didn't miss. Or just missed, I should say. Kim does.
Yes. 3rd inning.
2 balls and 2 strikes goes the
Stelt
count.
struck out, and then Kim got a base hit. And then Jacoby drove him in with a double.
Someone's going to win some cleaning supplies. One of the perks of being at the ballpark. Just crack this one up towards right field, see who's going to get a hold of it. And it is going to be second baseman Ross Christ, able to make the grab to start the inning against Tyler Newman.
Our trivia question tonight was name 2 major accomplishments this year's A's team has achieved so far. They won the play ball tournament. They won the Wisconsin Amateur Baseball Classic. They're the Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League champions. And they're the Northeastern Wisconsin League Classic Tournament champions.
And set the franchise record for most wins with 17. That's a good point, as this just dropped fair for a base hit. Second one of the day, and rounding out towards second base, going to put it for extra bases. Both hits against Emery have been doubles, this one going to Ben Rossi.
The one accomplishment that Jordan was saying was the 17-win streak, 17-game win streak.
And Bill said hopefully tonight we can add a 6th accomplishment with the club record in strikeouts.
Exactly.
If CJ would have never put that as a trivia question, then we never would have even thought to count him up. And here we are, 2 away. It was a trivia. I think it was the trivia question the day you were gone. And that's when I counted him up, the big rain out. Because it was wrong on the screen. You said like 2001 instead of 2021. So I'm like, I can't play that. Throw over. They got him at first base? Okay, but he didn't. Okay.
See, infield hit.
Yeah, I would go hit. He was probably going to beat it out.
Emery getting himself in a jam again. That's 2 innings in a row.
2 perfect innings to start. Now back-to-back with multiple runners on base. It's Rossi on second and Ortiz on first. Harry Stelt went up to get it off the throw from Cooper Gussie.
You know, anything good to glean from that infield hit was the fact that Rossi, the runner at second, stayed there.
Harry still playing in a little bit over at first. Teasing bunt as Emery gets strike one. If I had one complaint or thing I would improve about Wildwood Park for my internship, it would be get rid of the pole that blocks my view of first base. That's what I would say. Yeah, we do have that one too. It's like Wrigley Field over here. There's a bunt towards first. Harry again just going to go towards first base as the runners move over now with 2 outs. Again, Jeffrey bunts the runners over.
Well, we got the number 9 hitter up. Last time Noah walked him. Let's try to throw strikes to this guy and get him out.
You don't want to walk the 9 hitter, they always say. Ben Rossi at third, Tony Ortiz on second. Base hit could tie this game. And the A's 2-run lead would be all for nothing as it's down the third baseline. Foul it goes. Seven-inning game here tonight. A lead at this point is a lot more important than you may think.
Kenosha battling like I'm sure they've done all year. Just haven't been able to pick up many wins.
1 ball and 1 strike. May 29th is the day when Kenosha won their 2 state league games. So you got to go back to May 29th, the last time they've got some victories in the state league, as it's now 2-1. Two and one. See if Emery can turn things around. There is a bit of wind gust pushing out towards left field. Keep that in mind. As count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. You want to get him here. Don't make the count go full. Two pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. The club record is tied. 510 strikeouts this season. Ties the record set last year. The A's going to look to break it coming up in the top half of the 5th. But before that, let's go to the bottom half of the 4th as the A's look to expand on their 5-3 lead.
Every single second, every minute, every hour, all the whole year through. It is intense right here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, Tea Time.
What are you, having tea with the Queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Here in the bottom half of the 4th, it's a 5-3 lead for Sheboygan. And what was a 3-0 lead turned into a 3-3 game at the top half of the 3rd. Then the A's tacked on 2 more in the bottom half of the 3rd thanks to a 3 RBI night from Jimmy Jurgensen. Jacoby Andreas had an RBI double, and Jonathan Kim also has an RBI on the night.
Jordan, they had the rapid-fire questions between innings, and one of them was Yankee Stadium or Fenway?
Fenway.
Fenway for Jordan.
Especially since it's new Yankee Stadium.
I think I'd still go with Fenway.
Yeah. Fenway all day. Bill, you agree, Fenway? Fenway does have a charm.
Fenway or Wrigley, Bill.
Swan hit up towards left field, got a little bit of carry before it's eventually caught just in front of the warning track. Cooper Gussie has flown out in both of his ABs.
Bill still thinking about the Wrigley Field Fenway.
I still go Fenway.
Okay. Oh, they fixed that at Wrigley Field.
Pieces of concrete.
No, they did more than that now. I know that's how it was.
You have to be real careful. You have to be careful buying tickets there, because if you buy the wrong ones, you're sitting right by a pole and you can't see anything. So you got to do some research and know what you're getting. It's always Miller Park. All right. I got you doubled.
I mean, you've been to one hockey rink, they're all the same, aren't they? I mean, it's ice. Ice with lines on it.
Falls down off, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
But I'm just saying, grass can be cut to different lengths. You can have the narrow baseline or the wide baseline. You can have bumps in the outfield. If you get bumps on ice, you run the Zamboni and you're good to go. Well, nobody likes that. CJ mentioning about the cost of concessions.
Poked out towards right and able to make the catch. I saw a thing that at Coors, they only charge like $3 for beer. That's what I didn't understand. That's what it said in the chart. I was just reading it. I'm going to see if I can find it. Ross Christ, 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch, hit it way up there. Could be a 1-2-3 inning as Kenosha doesn't want to commit another defensive error. Poking it down, put the glove out, made the catch. How did he do it? We'll never know. As Gus Walker and Ross Christ both fly out to right fielder Brandon Jeffrey, and that'll end 4 innings of play.
Jeez, the second baseman could have been standing there catching the ball.
Woods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Here we are in the 5th inning. 5-3 Sheboygan. Top of the lineup for Kenosha. Good part of the order to try and do some damage. One more strikeout will set the franchise record for most strikeouts in a season as the first pitch comes in for a ball. 2 solid innings from Emery. That were the first 2 innings, and then 2 rocky ones. He was able to get out of the 4th unharmed. as this one is lined and able to make a play off a hop and the throw to first. Good job by shortstop Riley Palmquist to secure that out.
Fans, those are not easy. That ball was scalded, and Palmquist able to take it on a short hop. That was an outstanding play. Defense seems a little more stable than it was last week at the Legion tournament.
Makes sense. We're not seeing 5 errors a game.
Or 40 hit batsmen.
Or, yeah, and throughout the tournament.
Fans, that's not an exaggeration. When we were getting to that last day and we're noticing all these, Jordan went back and counted them up, and I think we did approach 40 by the end of the tournament. 40 hit batsmen.
Hit out towards left field and going to have to go back and make the catch. Over and left is Gus Walker after back-to-back outs start the inning.
Don't criticize about it. We all understand that what we're looking at here today, these are all college players or adults versus high school kids still getting in touch with the game.
Hey, Jonathan Kim, fresh out of high school. He'll be making his first year in Michigan.
You know, you're looking at a Big Ten caliber
D1.
talent. It's a little
yeah.
different. I didn't see any Big Ten caliber talent at the state tournament this year.
This one also hammered out towards left field. We got a bit early on it as it goes foul. Riley Hughes, big 2 RBI double.
CJ playing What Do You Do with a Drunken Sailor?
No balls, 2 strikes. Emery 1 strike away from setting the record. Strikeouts in a season. The next strikeout will do it. Poke down, back foul.
Hey, this would be a real nice bounce back inning for Emery if he can retire this Riley Hughes. It'll give him a 1-2-3 inning. He hasn't had that since the first and second inning.
5-10. This could be 5-11 right here. The 0-2 pitch just missed. This is unofficial. As long as Marty's math is correct, then we know we're good to go. One ball, 2 strike. Able to hold up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's got 6 tonight. We know that for sure.
We're looking for Ciente.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Emery deals to Hughes. Swing and poke down, and gonna be a base hit. Just got past the outstretched arm of Ross Christ, and the inning will continue.
Throw out a little tease right now in the bottom half of the 5th. I'll be doing a little tribute. You guys will want to stay tuned for that.
Riley Hughes over on first. Newman 0 for 2 tonight. Takes strike 1. Count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. Sheboygan so far in this game has 7 hits and their 5 runs. Kenosha has 5 hits. Didn't look that way when this game was starting, but now the bats have come alive. 5 hits and 3 runs. As the count goes to 1 and 2, Emery a strike away.
So in the games that I've got here, they had no hits in one game, 9 hits in another, and only 5 hits. So 14 hits in 3 games. It's not very good. Like Jordan mentioned, they're doing pretty well tonight.
Emery has 6. Looking for his 7th right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Riley Hughes at first base. Tony Newman at the plate. The pitch from Emery, able to hold up. He'll have a running start over at first as Hughes, as the count is full with 2 outs.
Newman so far tonight has flew out to center and struck out.
Emery deals, full count pitch. Oh, a little check swing, foul it goes. Staying alive here at the plate is Tony Newman with Tyler on deck next. The Newmans 0 for 4 so far today. Full count pitch from Emery. Swinging a little bouncing ball down towards third base. The throw to first. Good one gets him. And yes, indeed, top half of the fifth is complete after a Cooper Gussie to Harry Stilt putout sends the A's to the bottom half on top by 2.
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things
Yes, yes, things.
are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
Please be quiet.
listen, you hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
So a little bit of a press box thank you. I've done this the last couple years. First of all, I want to say thank you to the interns, Annalise McMillan, for her hard work and enthusiasm to fire up the crowd. To Nia Zhang for producing the awesome posters for a fan poster giveaway. To Connor DeWitt, we wish we could have gotten to know you better. And Jordan Lorenz for his awesome announcing skills. He's made this year's live stream fan experience much more enjoyable. To Bill Wagner, thanks for your help with pronunciation of names, the left on base counter, game timekeeper, and steady hand on the scoreboard. And to the boss, CJ Skelton, who keeps everything running smoothly up here in the press box. He makes coming to the ballpark more enjoyable for all. And a special thank you, CJ, for allowing me to be the live stream announcer again this year. Thanks, guys.
Should we tell the people at home that brought a tear to CJ's eye?
Let's not play it up too much. What happened to that first batter?
6-3 put out as Harry Stout.
What I'm surprised he allowed me to say him or to get a word in edgewise. By the way, we ended the top of the fifth on a very nice play by Cooper Gussie. I want to point that out. That was a real fine play, kind of a tough hop, and made a real nice throw across besides. Yeah,
Absolutely. Thank you
you
very
CJ.
much.
And Bill. And you weren't around enough at the end there, CJ, but after that state tournament, final game, everybody in the press box was still talking to each other. We weren't sick of one another.
Hey, this is mine, so if you guys aren't talking to each other, that's on you. Just start ignoring me now here in this game. Bottom of the fifth, it's just a 7-inning game. Fly out to right field. That's what I said. And it's caught.
We got a competition going, Jordan, between the left fielder and the right fielder.
For most
Each
catches.
have caught 3 fly balls.
Okay.
Center fielders feels left out.
I was going to say, that poor center fielder. Danny Hahn. And there's one. That one's also out towards right. Going to drop for a single, as that is back-to-back hits now for Andreas. Jimmy Jurgensen, this is the hot hand, comes to the plate 2 for 2 tonight, a pair of singles, 3 RBIs so far. He's driven in 3 of the 5 Sheboygan runs. First pitch swinging, popped it way up. And going over, who's going to make the catch? And in and out of the glove it goes of Tyler Newman.
Thought the guy that would have had the best shot at it was the second baseman, but he didn't get nearly close enough. Jimmy leading the ball club with home runs with 7. Hopefully he can get a big fly.
A 1 pitch, hit way up towards center field. That's going to drop and moving around towards third base. And being given the stop sign there as runners are now on the corners after Jimmy has himself a 3 for 3 day.
Jimmy picked a perfect spot for that base hit. The center fielder, Hahn, was shaded over towards right field. And Jimmy's base hit was a little bit of a slice going out the center and was drifting away from Hahn. There was no way him or the left fielder were going to get it. Matter of fact, Jimmy made a big turn at first. Thought he might have been able to turn it into a double, but he's with runners in scoring position for Palmquist.
Palmquist 1 for 2 so far tonight. Base hit puts the A's up by 3. Can he get it here against Whitbeck? First pitch swinging, fouled it off.
Eric's in the house.
I don't think the "there he goes" chant really works as well when there's a foul ball like that. I think you got to wait a little longer.
I bit the bullet tonight and bought the shirt.
Oh, you finally bought it?
Finally bought it.
Good.
Yeah. It's hammer time. Can't wait to take it to Arizona and show it to the old-timers.
1 ball, 1 strike, as that is caught this time by Tyler Newman, able to make the grab. That'll end 5 innings of play. Sheboygan 5, Kenosha 3.
Authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only 1 flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
5-3 here in the 7-inning ball game as Kenosha down to their final 6 outs to try and put some more runs on the board. Their most productive inning was that third where they scored 3 runs. Noah Emery with a decent rebound inning in the 5th after he struggled in the 3rd and 4th. It's up to him potentially the rest of the way as the A's look to win and move on to Burlington tomorrow night.
We're looking for one more strikeout to set a new strikeout record for the season for an A's pitching staff. Maybe Noah can do that this inning.
Let's go over that a little bit. So in 2021, they set the record with 510 strikeouts. Before, the record was at 478, and that was in 2002 when 478 held the record for 19 years. First pitch off the mask of their Becky. And then in 2006, they had 477, so they were one shy, 02 and 06, 478 and 477. 2001, they had 439, so there's a big drop-off point between your 2001 and 2005 with 439 and 436. Then you got to go up 40 or so to get to 02 and 06. Then you got to basically go up 40 more to get to 21 and 22, where we're sitting at 510 in both seasons and an 02 count here to Newman. Tyler Newman did strike out in the 2nd inning. The 0-2 pitch, fouled it back off. 0 for 2 nights so far.
One of the things that's made this team so successful has been their starting pitching. And we started off the season talking about Reinflesch, Schmidt, and Rekleitis. And now we got Emery on the horizon, and Coons has been pitching really good. Yeah, you're going to get a ton of strikeouts when you get these kinds of pitchers. I mean, they're strikeout pitchers. That's what they do.
Rung 'em ups. Got him looking, as that is the club record with 511 strikeouts. They break the mark they set last year as Emery gets his 7th K of the night, 4 of which go down looking. Correction, 5 of which actually go down looking, as long as all my numbers are correct. Ben Rossi is 1 of 2 tonight. Falls behind 0-2 in the count. Emery continuing to pound the strike zone. Added to the list of accomplishments for the team this year. Franchise win. Rung him up again looking. 512, and with all these games yet to play, they're definitely going to expand on that 510 number.
Umpire John Coons getting a lot of work on that called strike 3 motion that he uses.
Ortiz is the DH. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He walked back in the 3rd and then singled a few innings ago. Count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Good inning so far from Emery. He's got 1 more out to get himself out of it. Would be a good pick-me-up inning to continue his momentum from the 5th as the count goes to 1-2.
I don't know about how you guys feel, but we have a 2-run lead. It just seems like it's more than 2, but it's not. But it feels good. Hopefully, we can get a couple more runs in the just foul. Wow, that was close.
That's a tough call for the home plate umpire to make as well, as it was deep down the left field line, but just barely went on the left side of the white line. Would have been extra bases for sure.
We don't have any Kenosha Kings stats, but it'd be interesting to see what kind of power they have. Home runs, doubles, that kind of thing.
Most of their hits tonight against Emery have been for extra innings, which is an interesting thing. Just missed, evens it up, 2-2. A fan said strike 3.
2 of the 5 hits are doubles for them.
2-2 count, rung him up. Noah Emery strikes out the side as the Sheboygan A's have set their franchise record for most strikeouts, surpassing 510 of last year. They're at 513 as it stands. Plenty more to come as they lead 5-3.
At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Bottom half of the sixth, Sheboygan leads 5-3. There's a new pitcher, by the way, for Kenosha, 44. Chris Mercier, number 44, pulled Dante Whitbeck. You're welcome. I take full credit for that. We'll get you the final line for Whitbeck in his 5-inning outing. Gave up those 5 runs, not all of which were earned, though. That's going to be the interesting thing to hear about because of that error against Harry Stelt with the second baseman and right fielder. That really came back to haunt Kenosha. As they find themselves down by 2, they put up 3 runs, which is a good start, but they're going to need some more. And hopefully, for Mercier, he doesn't give up a few more and make the deficit that much tougher in the top half.
Dante Whitbeck's final totals, he went 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, 5 runs, only 2 were earned. All 3 of those runs that Sheboygan scored in the first were unearned. Whitbeck had 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Not a bad performance by Dante. That one defensive miscue really cost him.
I mean, you take that out of the realm and you just look at his line from there. It's pretty good. Defense cost him, and a breaking pitch down low, strike 1. It's that 12-6 arm.
Becky looking for his first hit tonight.
And bounced out of here. It'll be Becky, Gussie, and then Walker back to the top half of the lineup. Jackson, the bat boy, retrieves that ball.
I know we've talked quite a bit about the individual A's hitters and a lot tonight about the strikeout record that was set. As a team coming into tonight's game, we were hitting .309, which is really outstanding. And that's one of the things that has made this team so good. That and the starting pitching.
Top batting averages is .323 and 87. That's the lowest one. .353 is the highest, so not quite to that point.
Blake Coons has, we mentioned Ryan Flesh's 106 strikeouts. Blake Coons has 85. Jared Recolaitis with 83.
Struck him out.
Nobody close to those 3. That's pretty outstanding. That's one of the reasons why, I don't know if you guys read The Sun and Danny's echoes from the dugout, but he was praising this ball club as one of the best in A's history. And he outlined in his article why that is. And some of the things that I just mentioned there, point to what Danny was pointing to in his article. They hit the ball, they pitch the ball, and they field the ball.
What I find interesting is in this record, the most hit by pitches as a team this is getting hit now, not throwing hit by pitches, is 76 back in 2018. And they probably played, 50-some games that season, 50, 60? We played 15 games and we saw 40.
Yeah. That goes right to the quality of the pitching, or lack thereof.
2-1 goes the count here to Gussie, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts.
Remember, this is only a 7-inning game, fans. Kenosha only one more chance.
And gets on top of that one. Base hit for Gussie as he gets his first hit of the game. That'll be hit number 10 for Sheboygan tonight.
And the nice part about that is it takes us to the top of the order. Hopefully Sheboygan can tack on a couple more runs.
Two runs would be nice. You said it a nice 7-3 lead. I'm assuming Emery's going to still come out to pitch the 7th.
Yeah, you'd think so. He's been pretty effective.
He settled in after a tough middle part. He started and ended the day well. But we'll see if that can continue, as it's 0-1 to the leadoff
so
man.
CJ with Recolytis pitching tomorrow night, correct, if we win? Is he going to be ready to go on the weekend at some point? Ryan Flesch will go this weekend. He pitched last weekend. That would make sense.
Sunday, yeah.
That would have been one of the reasons I thought tonight would have been a good night to start him. So if you do make it, he is ready to go in the state tournament.
State tournament once again, August 6th and 7th. Got to get there first. Played in Appleton. A's, if they get past Kenosha tonight, they'll have to get past Burlington on Wednesday. And then that'll punch their ticket. Safe once again, the call. 0-2, here's the count to Walker, who's 2 for 3.
Hitting star of the game for Sheboygan is Jimmy Jurgensen with 3 hits and 3 RBIs.
Foul tip on a very high pitch, and it stays in the glove of Shore to send Walker down.
Yeah, you don't see Gus swing at something that bad very often.
Might have been fooled since it took so long from the 0-2 pitch for that to come after 2 or 3 checkdowns were made. Chris 0 for 2 with a walk as once again Chris Mercier checks down at first base. Afraid of the speed at Cooper Gussie.
Mercier did not pitch in any of the 3 games that I have box scores for.
Cooper does not have a single stolen base on the year, and he's probably been thrown down about 5 times. It's not always about the fear of the speed over at first base. It's changing up the pace, throwing off the runners, the batters as well. 1-0 is the count here to Christ, and he takes ball 2. That's about the same pitch that Gus Walker swung and missed on.
Yeah, it was a good check by Ross on that pitch.
A's have doubled the hits of the Kings tonight. 10 for Sheboygan, 5 for Kenosha, but they're 1 run away from doubling that category. They're only up by 2. That pitch goes right to Mercier, and through the second baseman, going to go all the way to third base, and being held up is Cooper Gussie. Yeah. Probably a hit and then an error advancing to third.
I agree with the hit, and I think that Gussie going to third should be an E4.
I agree with that. Because the situation was Ross Christ probably would have reached no matter what, but there's no way Gussie was going to third once that ball's in the glove of second baseman Riley Hughes. Got right through his legs, and good heads-up base running puts runners on the corners here for Harry Stout with 2 outs.
Great opportunity for Harry to build on this 2-run lead.
Ross Christ and Harry Stout came into this inning a combined 0 for 5 as Harry hits this one back into left field. That one's got some carry to it and just caught at the warning track. Harry Stout couldn't quite get all of it as Tony Newman is a busy man out there tonight, makes the catch, and for Kenosha, comes down to this 5-3 our score. They're down to their final 3 outs.
At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Let's go over things as Joey Pettit is now coming into pitch for the 7th inning. Joey Pettit comes into this game with, this will be his 8th game. He has started 5 of those 8. This is 27 1/3 innings. He has pitched on the year where he's given up 32 hits, 18 runs he's given up. 11 of those 18 are earned. Good K to walk ratio, 31-11. Walks a little bit high, but not too bad at all. And he comes in with a 3.62 ERA, 3 wins, 1 loss, looking for his first save of the year.
Emery's final line, 6 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, they were all earned, walked 2, and struck out 9.
Speaking of 9, it's going to be the 8-9-1 hitters. You couldn't ask for a whole lot more if you're Sheboygan. Brandon Jeffrey, Mike Shore, and Danny Hahn all due up for Kenosha. And combined between them, no one has a base hit. Jeffrey 0 for 2, it's both of them are sac bunts, so you can count that however you want. Shore's 0 for 1 with a walk, and then Danny Hahn 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Jeffrey not going to be able to bunt anyone over now, going to have to swing the bat himself. And it's down to Joey Pettit to get the final 3 outs in his first save of the year to punch Sheboygan's ticket to tomorrow night in Burlington. First pitch from Pettit, beautiful, down Broadway. Jeffrey takes 0-1, make it 0-2 as he falls behind.
Well, he's pouring in the strikes, and that's a good thing.
Especially to this part of the order.
Coming in with a 2-run lead, you want to throw strikes.
Oh boy, swing and a miss as Jeffrey goes down, make it 514 strikeouts on the year for Sheboygan. Mikey Shore's strikeout a few innings ago tied the club record at 510 before it was later broken from Emery. And first ball thrown from Joey Pettit tonight.
Mikey was 0 for 8 in the previous games with his 0 for 1 tonight. Makes him only 1 for 9 in the 4 games that we have information on.
It's just over 100 batting average against us. 2-0 the count. And make it 3-0, just missed.
We're not going to walk the number 9 hitter again, are we, boys?
It'll be the second walk to him. Let's see, 3-0 pitch from Pettit. Left it up, a 4-pitch walk after a 3-pitch strikeout. Tying run coming to the plate right here in Danny Hahn. Double play could end it.
Hahn looking for his first base hit tonight.
Pettit with 5 straight balls thrown. 5 balls, 3 strikes so far this inning. Justin Schnell is catching. Good catch, Bill. I think it's 6 straight thrown as it's 2 balls, no strikes. Just getting Joey Pettit out there as Emery's night ended after 6. Pettit looked lights out to start against Brandon Jeffrey. Walked Mikey Shore on 4 balls. And Danny Hahn now finds himself ahead 3-0. Pitch. Pettit just found the strike zone there. Ends the 7 straight balls thrown.
You know, Joey's got to be pretty frustrated with himself. Wants to get this game over with without having too much drama. Bless you.
Little blooper foul. Harry Stelt able to make the grab. Down to the final out is Kenosha. Drew comes into the game 1 for 3.
Knet, one of the better hitters against Sheboygan. So far in the 4 games, he's 3 for 12.
Shore over on first base. Obviously don't expect to see him running. If you're Kenosha, you don't want your night to end on a caught stealing. They find themselves down 2. Knet could be that game-tying run. Pettit had 0-1, and it evens up. Sheboygan A's with a win. Punched their ticket to Burlington. Not quite yet. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There is 2 strikes. Time called. Knet buying a little bit longer as the 1-2 pitch comes from Pettit. Swing and pops it up out towards right field. Going to come in and now got to come way in, but able to make the catch to put things away as Jacoby Andreas as the A's get their 40th win of the year. They are now 40-19 and will be playing Burlington tomorrow in the State League Step Ladder Playoffs. The winner of that game tomorrow plays West Alice on Thursday, but tomorrow is the big game at Burlington. The winner of that contest punches their ticket to this weekend in the 6th and 7th, where they will be playing in Appleton. 5-3 win for Sheboygan tonight.
Final line score in the ball game. Kenosha had 3 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. Sheboygan had 5 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher was Noah Emery, his 3rd of the year. Joey Pettit picks up the save. I believe you said that's his first.
That is.
First save of the year. The loss goes to the Kenosha starter Whitbeck. And good win for Sheboygan.
Absolutely, and now you got to move on to tomorrow and hope for the best. The A's set their club record for most strikeouts in a single season tonight. They've got a chance to expand on that. And all their upcoming games, our next live stream is going to be
before you wrap this up, Jordan, I just want to wish you good luck at school this year, and
Thank
it's
you
been
very
a pleasure
much.
working with you.
I was going to say the same here. The next live stream is going to be on the 13th and 14th. Without me, this is my last game as an intern for the Sheboygan A's. Thank you to Bill Wagner, to CJ, to you, Mike Martin, for everything throughout the year. A lot of good games. We got a real good season as the A's are 40-19. A lot of wins, a lot of walk-offs, a lot of fun all the way throughout. At Burlington tomorrow night, punch their ticket with a win to the Class A state tournament coming up this weekend. For the final time this season, for Mike Martin, I'm Jordan Lorenz saying good night, everybody.